Hi everyone, it's Matt here from PilotPracticeExams.com. So let's get into why this site is so successful and why our students are raving on about us. The reason is this. When you learn to fly, you have three jobs to do. The first one is you have to learn how to actually physically fly the aircraft. The second one is you have to build up this knowledge bank so that you're a safer, better pilot and you know the rules and laws and everything else. The third one is you have to pass these difficult exams, and they are difficult, okay? CASA publishes the fail rate, and the fail rate is 34%, and for RALs it's not much different. Now, one of the reasons these fail rates are so high is because they give you this huge body of knowledge that they're going to examine you on, and another reason is because a lot of the questions are a little bit tricky or ambiguous, and they're worded really funny. Now, CASA and RALs both admit to wording their questions like that so that they can make sure that people know the content, that they're not just rote learning. So one of the things that we've done in this site is we have those types of questions so that when you get in the exam, you're used to the types of questions you're going to get asked. You're used to the way that they're going to ask you to do a calculation. You're used to the types of content that they're going to test you on. Now, in addition to that, I've used my teaching background to develop these rapid learning strategies that you can use. So if you think about the normal person, what they do is they go and read all that and they forget most of it, and then they read it and they forget it and they read it and they forget it. And it takes them forever to get ready, okay? One of the major problems with that is you're restudying things you possibly already know, you're skimming over things you maybe don't know, and you've got no real idea what it is you know and what you don't know. The brain's not engaged because you're half asleep, you're just sort of reading over it, you've got to go back over pages because you didn't pay any attention to what you just read, etc. So my rapid learning strategy that I've come up with is to make sure that your brain is engaged the whole time, that you're learning what you need to know and you're not relearning the stuff that you already know. So what we do is we go and we do a practice exam. We note down our result straight up. Then we go to the contents of the textbook. We look up and we note down what pages it's on in an exercise book, because chances are we're going to keep getting those same questions wrong again. Then we study using the techniques, the memory tricks, the study methods that I'll show you in the How to Study page. Then we take a break for 20 minutes and we reset the practice test. Now, we've noted down our pre-test, how we studied, and our post-test. So we now have a measurement of the success of that study method. Now what we do is after we've done that a few different times, a few different ways on various study methods, then what you'll do is you'll come up with study methods that work best for you. And because you're going through that cycle of test to the wrong questions, you're recording where to find the information for the wrong questions, and then you're recording what type of study you do the post-test. You've constantly got this measurement of how well you're studying, how well you're improving. You've also got this strategy where you're only studying what you really need to know and you're not studying the other stuff. So what you're doing is you're constantly focusing on just your failings. So your bank of knowledge, your pass rate, your success rate is constantly on this curve like this until you're actually at really high marks, and only then does it start to taper. So that's one of the reasons that we're having massive success rate. Now, like I said, we have got 100% pass rate. CASA, the industry standard, is a 65% pass rate, which that means you've got a more than 1 in 3 chance of fail. So if you want to be in that 65% pass rate, go for it, okay? There's nothing making you join this site. But if you want to be, basically assured almost of a pass, can't guarantee it, but I can guarantee that this system works, and I can guarantee that the practice exams are spot on, then jump on in and join this site. What we'll do is we will slash 30 to 50 hours off your study time. We surveyed our members and they all either said that we saved them 50% or more. Now, the average time for an RAOS or a PPL study time, based on me asking student members that have been through here, prior to this was about 100 hours. Around about 80 to 100 hours. So we're going to save you, say, 50 hours at 20 minimum wage in Australia is $20 per hour. So that means we're basically going to save you $1,000, and you're going to get 12 months access to this for $67. Now the other thing is this: the reason we give 12 months access is very important. Remember I said you had 3 jobs. You've got to learn to fly, you've got to build that big knowledge base, and you've got to pass your exam. So I want you to use this site to pass the exam, okay? But then I want you to come back over the next 12 months and keep doing tests to see what you've forgotten so you can commit it to long-term memory, what you don't know so you can go and study more, because that's after you've passed your exam, that's when it's time, in my opinion, for you to go back and make sure that you do actually build that knowledge so that you're a safer, better pilot. So there you have it, guys. We're going to save you basically 40 to 50 hours. That's going to be minimum $1,000. If you're a slow studier, it could be up to $2,000 or $3,000, or if you're on a high hourly rate that we save you. We've got the support networks in place. We've got the right practice exams. Okay, we know it works. There's the social proof all over the internet. Okay, all you need to do is jump into Facebook and start asking the people who have been through. Okay, they will tell you. Now this site has got better and better and better over time. Recently we've really improved the systems. Okay, and people were raving about us 12 or 18 months ago. Now we have it spot on for RAOs, RPL and PPL. So jump on in, join up. We'd love to have you on board. You know, just make yourself an honest decision right now which way you want to go. You know, do you want to save all that time? Do you want to know where you're at? Because we give you the constant feedback. Every time you do an exam, you get a measurement of where you're at. Okay, do you want to know exactly what to study? Do you want to know you're ready? Do you want systems to give you better memory so that you are actually a safer, better pilot? They're all in here, okay, for $67, which is less than the cost of 2 hours with an instructor. Okay, it's less than the cost of a third of an hour of flying. And basically, even if you're on minimum wage, you can earn that back in 3 hours and go and save yourself 47 hours. So it's an absolute no-brainer, guys. Jump on in. We'd love to have you on board, and thanks for watching.